Hey everybody, this is JR from West Virginia Uncommonplace, and I am here to tell you about Anchor Nebula and their Go Anywhere series of projectors. They are some of the best projectors you can use when you're on the go, going camping, just even around the house. And these models include the Capsule 2, the Capsule 3 laser, and the brand new Mars 3. So definitely take time to go out and grab one of these projectors, and you will be immersed in an experience that you're not going to get anywhere else. Remember, Anchor Nebula is the way to go.
WV Uncommonplace. This podcast is a variety podcast that houses numerous series to cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate theories to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The Uncommonplace digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacey and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to our Uncommon Place.
Greetings, fellow adventurers of the airwaves. Welcome back to another captivating episode of West Virginia Uncommonplace. I'm your host, JR, and today we're about to embark on an extraordinary venture into the captivating world of animated storytelling. So fasten your seatbelts and prepare to be swept away as we go deep into the thrilling rise and the ultimate fall of a classic animated gem, Pirates of the Dark Water. Let's hoist our metaphoric sails and navigate through the pages of history as we explore the legacy of Pirates of Dark Water. This epic tale set in this mythological world of Mir began to us from the television screens in the early 90s and offered a fantastic blend of adventure, music, and camaraderie that would soon capture the hearts of viewers that were fairly young. I was definitely young on this one. Now, with this one, and this is a real hard one to talk about in some instances, it was kind of like this. With Pirates of the Dark Water, it was a show that I watched on TBS. TBS was starting to get back into animation blocks, so I was like, Pirates of Dark Water. They had like more darker themed cartoons on. So Pirates of Dark Water, it even had an angle to it, and it was edgy and it was more adult themed. So I felt like an adult watching this. So Pirates of Dark Water emerged like a beacon of animation, casting its spell with the gripping tale of Wren, a young prince with an unwavering spirit alongside his companions, the feisty Teela, the comedic Niddler. Wren embarked on a treacherous quest to rid the world of the malevolent dark water, which threatened to consume all that was good and pure. And these characters, they play along pretty well, and the monkey with the wings looking thing, that was probably the funniest to me. So overall, this was it was a crazy series. The animation and the characters kind of were a darker tint, and nothing on race or anything. It was just that they had more of a Arabic feel to them, even though he had blonde hair. So going a little bit deeper, beyond its adventurous exterior, this show's heart lied in its rich storytelling and multifaceted characters. Each episode had a new chapter in our hero's journey filled with enchanting culture, captivating mysteries, and the promise of the 13 treasures of rule, a fabled prize that held the key to cleansing Mir from encroaching darkness and all the stuff that went on. Now, Pirates of Dark Water was a masterful symphony harmonizing exploration with emotion, Wren's unwavering determination, Teela's fiery courage, and Niddler's infectious spirit made us feel like esteemed members of the crew, sailing along with them through thick and thin. And if you get a chance to watch this is one of those deals, like you can pick it up on Blu-ray or DVD somewhere. I will say, if you're an animation buff or just someone that's into animation, like, it is what makes you enjoy this stuff from the 90s, and kind of gives you a feel of how cartoons were starting to get into that darker realm, so where you got more to where like your Batman animated series, Spider-Man, and X-Men type stuff. This kind of led the way and went along with that. And to me, it was pretty good. Now, let's talk about a bad guy real quick. A tale of these heroes wouldn't be complete without his villains. Enter Lord Bloth, a a force whose quest for the 13 treasures posed a formidable threat to our valiant trio. Voiced by the legendary Peter Cullen, Bloff's omnipresence sent shivers down our spines, and his thunderous voice added depth to the character already imposing demeanor. Now, Peter Cullen, if I'm correct, that's the voice for Optimus Prime on freaking Transformers Generation 1, maybe? As our ship sails through the treacherous waters of production troubles began to stare. Despite its amazing fan base and innovative narrative story, Pirates of Darkwater faced its own set of challenges. Unforeseen roadblocks in the stormy area of executive decisions ultimately led to an abrupt conclusion, leaving the saga incomplete and the hero's quest unresolved. Now, this is where everything ties into these Comic-Cons and stuff like that, because there's toys. So you see the toys, they have video games. So the legacy of this remains as something that's enduring, because when you go to these things, you see people still doing artwork and telling stories, trying to bring back the spirit of Mir to the modern ages. So, even though the show didn't last very long, its grit for being dark, having great storylines, and being very creative in how they did things is one of the reasons why the golden age of animation to me, which was back from the late 80s to probably 97, 98, you get this amazing show. So once again, like always, I'm JR, and I thank you for listening to this Rise and Fall episode of Pirates of Darkwater. Please continue to support the show and support Sparrows Under Review and our third show, West Virginia Uncommonplace Presents a Collection. Still haven't changed the title of that one. So either way, once again, keep seeking the uncommon, and it'll bring you right back to West Virginia Uncommonplace.
Please follow WV Uncommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at oncommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.